Daria.
La 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 la.
Beavis and Butthead was on its way out the door. While it was in its final season, Daria was in its first season. Despite the fact Daria was in the final season of that show, you could say it was her last days in Highland. Before her 5-season run in Lawndale occurs, Daria managed to get her own spin-off show after Beavis and Butthead creator Mike Judge released her, allowing a new creative team to write said character. These team of writers must have been the most cynical motherfuckers to be around, because just Jesus, they must have wanted to burn down whatever high school they went to the fucking ground. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hated high school too. Unless you're popular or getting laid throughout those 4 years, it's gonna drag a lot. So I'm just gonna say, just because, why not? Fuck high school. I'm sorry, just had to be said. Daria's stories usually revolve around an event that most of us probably went through in high school. Partying, prom, track meets, being the new kid, that kind of thing. Sometimes it'll delve into social commentary on things like social groups, magazine columns. You know which episode that is. Plastic surgery, etc. It's an episodic series, and when it gets it right, it gets it right. When it gets it wrong, it's wrong. It's off. As much as I don't want to delve into Daria's character, I kind of have to since she's the titular character. How do I put this gently? She's a bitch. That's as gentle as I can put it with this character. Don't say, oh, you just don't understand. She's being herself. So being a bitch is being herself. Yeah. You alienate yourself from everyone before you even get to know them. Apparently, she's been like this since she was a kid. What? What are you even cynical about? If it's just high school, I completely understand. I was in the same boat. Do you live in poverty? Do you get bullied? Do you have an asshole for a father? No, you don't. I'm Daria, and I hate life and everyone in it because I have to go to high school and I have an airhead for a sister. Oh, I have so many reasons to be cynical about my life.
Look! I'm a teenage girl. I'd rather be anywhere than here. I'm all about long, sullen silences, followed by mean comments, followed by more silences. So what's it gonna be, huh? Long, sullen silence or mean comment? Go on.
You got me in a box here.
The main problem I have here is if she's going to be cynical about anything, it's high school. I was just as cynical at 16 or 17 years old. Only thing is, during the weekends and after school, I'd play video games, I'd watch movies, TV shows, animated shows. I would hang out with friends. I was a lot happier. Daria acts the same no matter where she is. Monotone and snarky. She doesn't have any human interests, any hobbies, any upcoming movies to look forward to. Something other than that smug attitude you call a personality. Boo-hoo, I have to get a job. I despise this character. Throughout, she matures minimally. That so-called character development was done completely wrong. You want to see a cynical / loner type character done right? See Raven or Jessica Jones as far better examples. In the meanwhile, it's okay to be yourself, just don't be like Daria.
Who's that? It's Trent.
Hey, Daria. Looks good.
Now watch out for the girl with a red face who's forgotten how to walk. Oh, never mind. That's you.
It's nice to see that while Jane is somewhat similar to Daria's outlook on everything, she's a far better character. She's an artist. She has interest in boys. I'd rather be following her exploits.
You really want to do this?
You know, just because people are cliquey and snotty is no reason not to like them.
Or hate them.
Chin up, nose up, let's go.
Trent is Jane's big brother. He has a band called Twisted Metal with name pending change. He also has the affection of Daria, which he knows. He's a cool character that cares about his sister very much. Quinn is Daria's sister. Daria has a sister? That was my reaction in the first episode. She's kind of annoying and materialistic at first, much like her plastic clique. She does mature, I would say, more than the main character. Her fashion club clique consists of leader Sandy, who likes being the boss and is stuck up towards anyone she doesn't see as worth her time.
Then I said, sure, it's a nice car. Do you have enough gas to get back to Loserville?
Oh, that's good.
That's funny, Sandy.
You really know how to tell a story.
Tiffany, who's, well, actually, I don't know how to describe her. She talks like this.
I'm the counselor. It's volunteer work to help the socially challenged.
Then there's Stacy, who's actually the most normal of the four. She just gets bullied into doing what Sandy wants on multiple occasions.
I know a really nice insane asylum.
Sandy, I think what Quinn meant is...
There's the Morgendorfer's father, Jake, and good God, this man gets whipped and is stressed the hell out. Putting himself in his position, he has a wife that is neglectful, a daughter that is antisocial, and another daughter that goes out with boys all the time to the point where I would start to worry when she'll drop the pregnancy bomb on me. And yet somehow he's still a cool character. I really do like the Jake Morgendorfer character.
You know, it's alright to have a heart-to-heart with Dad. I've been known to do a bit of the old parenting in my time.
It's okay.
What's on your mind? I'm up on the issues. Drugs, peer pressure. Is that a problem with your gang?
It's more of a personal issue.
It's not hygiene or anything.
Dad, let's say you have an identity you don't even like.
Oh, sure! Like one day you wake up middle-aged and resenting the hell out of it.
Okay.
That goes for Helen as well, Jake's wife. She's busy and always neglecting Jake, but when it's all said and done, she does care for her family. And then there's the soft-spoken Mr. O'Neill, who, you know, I really like. I like his character. And then there's the always angry DiMartino, who is, I don't know, I think he wants to kill Kevin.
Your ridiculous portrayal of a corpse is an insult to widows and orphans and me! Oh yeah, this is really working for me!
On the lowdown, or it may not be on the lowdown. Two characters I can almost guarantee will alienate some viewers are Kevin and Brittany. One is a football jock that's stupid, and the other is a wide-eyed blonde cheerleader who is less dumber than Kevin. It's not by much though. These stereotypes may not be liked by certain audiences for the very reason that they're stereotypes. I also felt like during season 4 and 5, there was a lot of jokes made at their expense, which felt tiresome and mean-spirited. I get it, they're not that bright. You know, it kind of makes it worse whenever Kevin and Brittany weren't even bad people. Kevin wasn't a bully and Brittany wasn't either. They both visited Daria when she was hospitalized in one episode. Brittany's always done a number of favors for Daria too, as well as help her.
Brittany, could you do me a favor?
Yes?
Find Jane and tell her I had to leave.
Sure!
Daria, you in there?
Don't worry. Have some consideration for female modesty, please!
Oh, sure. Sorry.
Hey, how's it going? Hi, nice day, huh? How you doing? Hi, how are you? Oh, man!
I just feel as if they were victims of the writers.
Can I take this stuff off now? I don't like not being liked.
Put that back! You'll take it off when I've crushed your ego. I mean, when the experiment's over.
Speaking of writers, the writing in Season 1 is okay, Season 2 and 3 had pretty good writing, and Season 4 and 5 not so good. Mainly because it focuses a lot of its time on a certain character. The cast brings great vocal quality, and there's not one character I think is miscasted. One I have to give special credit to is Wendy Hoops. She voices 3 characters. They don't sound similar at all. Holy shit! The art style is simple and probably easy to animate. There's not really anything of note from the animation side, except for DiMartino's facial expressions. There's no special direction or anything that made it stand out like other MTV shows like Beavis and Butthead or Clone High. This show relies mainly on its characters and writing. You know, if Daria wasn't an animated character, her show could have just easily been a live-action show. Much like its brother program, Beavis and Butthead encapsulated music that came out throughout its run. Music that came out from 1997 to 2001 was featured. It's not weird that I like the soundtrack choices, mainly because I was a young boy around the time, and I enjoy music from different decades and genres, except the ones that I'm currently living with. What is weird is in later seasons, like season 4 and 5, they'll feature a song that I didn't expect to be there, but then I'm reminded that this episode came out in 2000 or 2001, then I'm not really shocked anymore. I know you're wondering, how was I able to watch the show with the original soundtrack when the home releases couldn't afford to pay for the licensed music? Well, I did a deep search on the internet and found the entire series with the music re-edited in. It's not perfect, but this fan did the best they could. For those of you that want to watch the show as originally intended, I left the link in the description box below.
Stop following me, Daria! Me, Daria. I love being the hostess. It's so easy to get home at the end of the night.
You're a great hostess, Cupcake. Hey.
I love being the hostess. It's so easy to get home at the end of the night.
You're a great hostess, Cupcake. Hey.
Now she's really popular, but not as popular as she is. He's medium popular, and he just bought a great car, so soon he'll be getting more popular. That guy was just popular enough to be invited, but now he needs to hook up with a girl who's more popular than he is. Now she's really popular, but not as popular as she is. He's medium popular, and he just bought a great car, so soon he'll be getting more popular. That guy was just popular enough to be invited, but now he needs to hook up with a girl who's more popular than he is.
One last thing, and I will call it a nitpick. What's the point of having a licensed soundtrack if you're only going to use it for 5 seconds or less? You may as well use a majority of the song in the background of conversations. Aside from all that I've said, from me not liking Daria to not liking season 4 and 5, it does have a cleaner art style and animation, better story structure too. The show really does fail at the fact that it tries to make me like Daria. It just can't be done. And now I feel like a giant asshole for not liking her even though I should. Is it just me, or is it the dreaded nostalgia goggles? This show does some things better and some things worse than Beavis and Butthead. I will give Daria a recommendation. I can't take this crazy pace. I become a mental case. I've already seen all 5 seasons and the 2 TV movies. Those are the only reviews that remain. So if you want to check back on what my opinion is on the finale, Is It College Yet?, then check back in a couple weeks. I'm Lino Mars of the MMCA Productions crew, and I'll see you next time.